I can still recall the exact moment her voice broke. It wasn't when she confessed. It wasn't even when I asked why. It was when I didn't yell, when I simply looked at her and said, "Okay." That silence crushed her more deeply than any scream could have. My name is Daniel, and for 12 years I thought I was a lucky man. I had a wife, Rachel, someone everyone loved. She was warm, funny, driven, the kind of woman who lit up any room she entered. We met in college, married young, and built everything together, our home, our careers, our dreams for the future. But somewhere along the line, I stopped being enough. It started quietly, like most betrayals do. She began staying late at work. Team meetings, she said. At first, I didn't question it. She was chasing a promotion, and I wanted to support her. But the nights stretched longer, and her excuses grew thinner. Sometimes she'd come home smelling faintly of a man's cologne, a scent that didn't belong in our house, let alone our bed. When I asked, she'd laugh it off. "You're being paranoid, Dan. Not everything's about cheating." She was right, not everything was. But something definitely was. Then came that Friday. She didn't come home at all. Her phone went straight to voicemail, no call, no text. By morning, panic had turned into dread. I drove to her office, no car. Checked her favorite coffee shop, the gym, even the park she'd visit to clear her head. Nothing. Then, parked outside her mother's house, I saw her. Rachel stepped out of an old, beat-up sedan laughing. Her laughter mixed with his. He was younger, rugged, unshaven, the kind of man who lived one day at a time, without plans or promises. And then she kissed him. My wife. The woman I'd built my life around. It wasn't a reckless, spur-of-the-moment kiss. It was soft, certain, intimate. The kind of kiss that said, "This is where I want to be." I didn't confront her that night. I just drove home and sat in the dark until morning came. When she finally walked in, she looked drained, hair messy, lips chapped, but she smiled anyway. "Sorry, the meeting ran late," she said. I almost laughed. All night. She froze. The color drained from her face. For the first time, she had no clever response. That was all the confirmation I needed. Painful, undeniable. "Who is he?" I asked quietly. Her mouth opened, then shut again. Tears started falling before the words did. "Dan, I didn't mean for this to happen. He makes me feel alive again. You've been so distant." There it was, the justification. The desperate attempt to rationalize the unforgivable. "I was distant because you chose distance," I said, voice shaking. "You built a wall, and now you're blaming me for not climbing it fast enough." "I don't love him," she sobbed. "It's just he understands me." That cut deeper than the affair itself. Not the betrayal, not the lies. But realizing that after 12 years, I was no longer the one who understood her. 2 weeks later, we separated. The divorce came quick, ugly, exhausting, public. She wanted the house, the car, even the dog. I didn't fight. I was too tired. I gave her everything she asked for and left with nothing but a suitcase and my dignity. Friends told me she'd moved in with him, a man named Eli, a barista she'd met during one of those late nights. No job, no plans, no security, just charm. It felt poetic, in a cruel way. She left stability for chaos, love for infatuation. Months passed. I started over, found a small apartment, picked up running again, reconnected with old friends I'd lost along the way. Pain has a strange way of forcing you to rediscover who you are. Every now and then, I'd hear about her. That she'd quit her job. That Eli couldn't keep one. That she'd sold our house to cover debts. Each rumor stung. Not with satisfaction, but with a dull ache. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted peace. Then one night, peace knocked on my door, literally. It was raining. When I opened the door, there she was, soaked, shivering, eyes swollen from crying. "Dan," she whispered, "can I come in?" I should have said no. I should have closed the door. But 12 years don't disappear overnight. She sat on my couch, clutching a mug of coffee like it was the only thing holding her together. Her hands shook. "He left me," she said finally. "When the money ran out, When I couldn't pay the bills, he said I was too much work. Her voice cracked, the same fragile break I'd heard the day she confessed. I gave up everything for him, she whispered. For us. And when I needed him most, she looked up, tears cutting through her mascara. He walked away. I wanted to feel sorry for her. I wanted to comfort her, to tell her it would be okay. But all I could see was that night, her laughter in another man's arms. Why are you here, Rachel? I asked softly. She looked at me, hope flickering through her tears. Because I was wrong. I thought I needed excitement, passion. But what I needed was you. You were steady. You were home. Her words cut like a blade. You didn't lose me because of him, I said quietly. You lost me because you chose him. She broke down, reaching for my hand. Dan, please. We can fix this. We were good together. I made a mistake. I pulled my hand away. You didn't make a mistake, Rachel. You made a decision, and now you're living with it. She stared at me, stunned. You've changed. I had to. When she left that night, the rain had stopped. I watched her walk down the street, shoulders hunched, swallowed by city lights. For the first time, I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel pity. I just felt free. A year later, I saw her again. She was working at a small bookstore downtown. Her hair was shorter, her eyes dimmer. Life had humbled her. She smiled when she saw me. You look good, she said softly. I nodded. So do you. We stood there, surrounded by shelves and silence. For a brief moment, I almost thought we could have been friends, two people who had survived each other. Then she asked, Do you ever think about us? I smiled faintly. Sometimes. But not the way you think. She looked confused. I think about how losing you taught me what love isn't, I said. And how it made room for what it could be. I didn't wait for her reply. I just turned and walked out, the soft ring of the doorbell fading behind me. As I stepped into the cool evening air, I realized something profound. Sometimes heartbreak isn't the ending, it's the revelation. Rachel taught me that love built on lies will always crumble. That no matter how much you give, it will never be enough for someone still searching for themselves. She lost everything chasing a fantasy. I found myself facing reality. And in that exchange, I came out richer. Because in the wreckage of our marriage, I didn't just lose a wife. I found peace.